Welcome back, Miss Tamala's class. Today we are on Lesson 30, Day 2, Ordering Objects by Length. To begin, we are asked to draw a longer string on top and draw a shorter string below. I don't have any string at my house, and you might not have any string at your house, but if you want to choose two other objects to measure or draw, you can go ahead and do so. But I'm just going to draw two lines that represent my strings. So when I'm drawing my strings, we know that the longer string needs to be on top, and we know that our shorter string or smaller string needs to be below or on the bottom. So I'm going to draw my longer string that's on top green. We know we need to start at this dotted line because we remember that from our lesson yesterday. We need to draw our lines starting on the dotted line because they need to be lined up in order to correctly measure them. So first, I'm going to draw my longer string. Here's my green line here. This is my longer string. It doesn't matter if you drew your string all the way out here or if you drew it just a little bit down here. What matters is the length of our second string or our shorter string, because we know our shorter string needs to be below our longer string and it needs to be shorter. So those are my two strings. My longer string, my longer and my shorter. Those are my two strings. Next, we are asked to put your pencils in order from shortest to longest. Which is the shortest, which is the longest? So, what we can do is, I'm going to use these three objects. I have a marker cap, I have a glue stick, and I have a marker. I need to put these in order from shortest to longest. So, we need to first make sure that we align each of these objects on our dotted line here, so we know that we're measuring correctly. When looking at these objects, we need to figure out which one is the shortest. You're right, this orange cap is the shortest. I'm going to put this one here because we need to order them from shortest to longest. This one doesn't want to stay, so I'm going to leave this here. Now, when looking at my glue stick and my marker, which one is longer? Which one goes out further? You're right, this one goes out further because this glue stick is missing all this right here. So we're putting them in order from shortest to longest. And they're all lined up perfectly with our dotted line. I'm just going to draw a line where each of these objects are. Now I can remove them. That was my marker cap. That was my glue stick. And that was my marker. So which one was the shortest? This top one was the shortest. Which one was the longest? The marker was the longest. And which one was in the middle? Which one had medium length? The glue stick, that's right. So we labeled shortest and longest, and we put them in order from shortest to longest. So although we didn't use pencils, I know that the objects were in order because we put them from shortest to longest. We lined up our objects at the end of our dotted line, and then we compared the lengths. We picked the one that stuck out the least as the shortest, and we put that one on top, and then we picked the one that stuck out the greatest, or the longest, and we put that one on the bottom. So we put the other one in between, we put the glue stick in between. We know the order is correct because the middle glue stick is longer than the shortest, but shorter than the longest. Next, find the shortest and longest pencils. Lay the pencils on the table. Line up the ends. Put them in order from shortest to longest. So, we already have 3 pencils here. It looks like they're lined up very nicely here because each eraser top is touching this dotted line. So we know that we are measuring them and they all started at the same place. So we need to find the shortest and the longest pencils. They're already lined up. So the blank pencil is the shortest. The blank pencil is the longest. So friends, which one is the shortest pencil? Which color? We have a green, a black, and a red. Which one goes the least distance out? Which one is the shortest? You're right, the top pencil sticks out the least distance. So we know this green one is the shortest. So I'm going to write the word green because the green pencil is the shortest. Next, the blank pencil is the longest. Well, we know the top pencil sticks out the least. It looks like our bottom pencil sticks out the most, or the greatest. This other pencil is in between, so I know the pencils are in order from shortest to longest. The longest pencil is the biggest because it has the greatest length, and it looks like the biggest pencil is our red pencil. So I wrote the word red. Next, order the spoons by length. Complete the sentences. So I have 3 spoons here, a blue spoon, a purple spoon, and a gray spoon. The blank spoon is the shortest. The blank spoon is the longest. So we need to find out 2 things. We need to find out which spoon is shortest and which spoon is the longest. So let's see. The objects all have to start at the same place because we need to see which one is the shortest and which one's the longest. And sometimes 2 objects can be almost the same length, but the only way to tell which one's longer is to put both ends on the same starting line to compare them. Are these spoons all on the same starting line? Yes, they are. So we can go ahead and try to compare them. Is the purple line the shortest or the longest? Does it stick out the farthest? You're right, it does. Our purple spoon is the longest. And we know that because if we draw a line to where our purple spoon ends, our gray spoon doesn't touch it and our blue spoon doesn't touch it either. Now we need to find out which spoon is the shortest. It looks like these 2 could be pretty close. Let's see. Let's start with our blue spoon. So is our blue spoon the shortest? It is. We know that because look at all of this extra space or extra length that our gray spoon has that our blue spoon does not. So we know our blue spoon is the shortest and our purple spoon is the longest. Next, we're going to compare the length of combs. Order the combs by length. The blank comb is the shortest. The blank comb is the longest. So we have a gray comb, we have a red comb, and we have an orange comb. Let's see. Like our red comb in the middle is the shortest. because our gray cone goes out way over here, and our orange cone goes out way over here, and our red comb is way back here. So we know that our red comb is the shortest. Next, the blank comb is the longest. Which comb goes out the most? Which comb sticks out the farthest? You're right, this bottom orange cone sticks out the longest. So I wrote the word orange. We know that because if we draw a line, this gray comb does not match this orange comb. It does not go out as far as the orange comb. The orange comb sticks out the farthest. So our red comb is the shortest and our orange comb is the longest. Next, we are going to circle the group of pencils that shows them in order from longest to shortest. What's really important here is longest to shortest. So we are going to look for the correct set of pencils that show them from biggest to smallest. So the pencils are all lined up perfectly on our dotted line. The erasers are touching it. They're all starting at the same place. And the question wants us to circle the pencils that show them in order from longest to shortest. So when looking at this first group of pencils here, are they in order from longest to shortest or biggest to smallest? Well, we know that this pencil here in the middle is definitely not as long as this pencil down here. And we know that this pencil on the top is not as long as that bottom pencil either. Look, all of this space that doesn't reach out the farthest. Our bottom pencil reaches out the furthest. So it can't possibly be from longest to shortest. So this is not right. Let's check over here. We want the pencils to be in order from longest to shortest. Let's see. Is this pencil longer than this pencil? Yes, this pencil sticks out farther than this pencil. And what about this bottom pencil? Does this middle pencil stick out farther than this bottom pencil? Yes, it does. So this is the correct order. And we could tell because it goes from longest to shortest. Number 6, draw a blue line that is longer than this line. Draw a red line that is shorter than this line. So we have a line here in the middle, and we need to draw a blue line that is shorter. We need to draw a blue line that is longer than this line. So I'm going to draw my blue line longer than this line here. So I'm going to start up here, make sure I'm on the dotted line, and I need to draw it longer than this line. Does this blue line look bigger or longer than this one? Yes. Next, we need to draw a red line that is shorter than this line. So I'm going to start on my dotted line again and draw a very short line. Do you see how this red line is shorter or smaller than this line? We know our blue line sticks out the furthest. We know this one sticks out the most. And then this one, and then our shortest line here. It does not stick out very far. Lining up the edges helps us compare these lengths. They all need to start at the same place, and they all are going to end at different distances. And finally, for our exit ticket, fill in the blanks. So here I have a red ribbon, a pink ribbon, and a purple ribbon. The blank ribbon is the shortest. The blank ribbon is the longest. So first we need to find out which one is the shortest? Is the red ribbon shorter than the pink ribbon? Yes, it is. But is our purple ribbon shorter or longer than our red ribbon? Well, let's draw a line from our red ribbon down. Does the purple ribbon meet up with the red ribbon? Does it go out as far as the red ribbon does? No. We know that the purple ribbon is the shortest. Now let's see which one is the longest. We know the purple is the shortest, so we know that the red must be bigger than the purple. But what about our pink ribbon here? If the red ribbon goes to here, look at all this extra space that the pink ribbon has. Look at all this extra length that the pink ribbon has. The pink ribbon must be the longest. Does the red go out as far as the pink? No, our pink ribbon sticks out the farthest, so our pink ribbon is the longest. Great job today, boys and girls. If you have any questions or you need to rewatch that video, go ahead. All the materials that you need can be found on the class website, and make sure that you are completing your student pages or your homework. Thank you.